Hey y'all, it's your girl E Eats, and I'm hitting you with a mukbang. Mukbang, hey, mukbang. Mukbang, hey, mukbang. Mukbang, 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 hey. Hey. Okay, y'all. So on the menu today we have some macaroni and cheese, green beans. I have some baked beans here. Ooh, don't want to spill it. And then we have some barbecue chicken wings. This chicken wrap. It has chicken, cheese, peppers, and I believe Italian dressing. My uncle made it, and it's delicious. I also have some ribs on deck here that he made, and some pasta salad that he made. You guys will see me eating from him a lot, so I'll soon give you his details and where you can go pick up the food because it's delicious. So if you're in Michigan or in Detroit, you'll definitely want to go check him out, and I'll be providing you with his information later on down the line. All right, but let's get to eating. All right. This is that baked macaroni and cheese. Y'all know how us black folk do it with the soul food. That's delicious. That's so good. That's so good. Y'all, I forgot to tell y'all, this pasta salad that he has, it actually has like sausage, broccoli, tomatoes, shrimp, crab, baby. That is worth the money. But of course he gave us a little bit of a discount because we family. Family. But this wrap is delicious. And I got Gatorade for my drink, y'all. That's so good. And y'all, I took a bite of these ribs already when I was preparing everything. Baby, these ribs, they got like this smoky taste to them. It's delicious. It really is. So tender. And this sauce. This is really good. That's so good. So I do want to talk in the video, but let me get some food in my system, and then we can talk. It's delicious. I know what y'all thinking. I'm making a mess. Mom? Mom?
Yes.
Can you bring me some paper towel, please? I gotta call on my mama, y'all, to give me some paper towel because I'm making a mess with this barbecue. That's delicious. You trying to be in the video or what?
You know, moms always have to take care of her baby.
Mom on deck, mom on deck. That's my mama. Hey.
Hey.
Thank you. So, as you all know, or the people that do know me, I'm actually a Navy wife. And I've seen a lot of people do series on like the experience of being a Navy wife and going through boot camp and all of that. So I wanted to go ahead and talk about that as well today. My experience of my husband going into the Navy and going through boot camp. This is delicious. Almost forgot about my good pasta salad. Again, a special thank you to my uncle. Special shout out to him for the food that he prepared. My uncle is a chef. He went to school and everything. So he's a legitimate chef. But he still had that soul. Still got that soul in him. Okay, so those of you who don't know, my husband went into the Navy back in December. And he's currently in A school right now. So I just wanted to give some of you wives some tips. I know some of you may have found me just by looking up the experience of boot camp as a Navy wife. That was good. So for me, when he went to boot camp, I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared because my husband is Nigerian, so we didn't know when exactly they were going to let him go in. We were just waiting. Actually, we just gave up on the whole military thing. We were like, okay, we don't know when they're going to let you go. We're just going to move on and just say forget it. Start us a business. We're going to move to Michigan. We're moving back here with my mom because we were thinking like we were going to stay here for a little bit because I had got pregnant. And we think we're going to stay here for a little bit and stuff. We're going to start a business. He was already a supervisor for UPS. So we was like, okay, we got to go ahead and start us a business. You can do your job at night, and then we're going to just live here and stuff like that. No. After our baby shower, the Navy said it's time to go. And we were like, oh my goodness, you're leaving in a few days. What? I was in shock. But I was like, okay, no big deal. We've all the time we always do this thing where he's living in Utah. I'll come home, help my mom for a few months, then go back. It wasn't that big of a deal for us to be apart from one another. But what got us was the non-communication. We weren't talking at all. We didn't see each other. So what I want to talk about first is just when you're thinking about your spouse going into the Navy and all of that, everything that they're telling you at the recruiting office and everything that you're hearing, don't even think about it. Put that in the back of your mind, because at the end of the day, everything is going to change. When I say everything, I mean everything is going to change. It's going to be a whole different ball game. Half the stuff that they told you before ain't even going to happen. Half the stuff that you're thinking about ain't even going to be true. So unless you have family that's in the service right now, like right now, unless you have someone that's in the service right now, what they're telling you at the recruiting office, don't pay it no mind. People that was in there years and years and years ago, take heed to what they're saying, but the stuff that's going on may not be the same as what's going on now. So my husband went into boot camp. I expected letters by a certain period of time. We didn't receive letters. It was like maybe 4 or 5 weeks before I actually got a letter from my husband. And my husband was thinking, he told me that people started getting mail. Other people in his division were getting mail, and he wasn't getting anything. And he was like, where's my letters? My wife told me she's going to be writing me every day. When my husband left, I was like, babe, I'm going to write you every day. And this is my husband. He's like, write me every day? Why? Why you going to write every day? I'm like, keep you updated with everything, let you know everything that's going on, you know, like, it's like I'm going to be talking to you, you know, I'm going to send you a letter every day. Yeah, like, he ain't need no letter every day. That's what he was saying before he got up in there. And then, when he sent me that first letter, he said, babe, keep the letters flowing, babe. Keep the letters flowing because I need them in here. I need them. He needed them then. But when he was leaving, he thought he wasn't going to need no letters from his wife. Just send me a letter here and there. First of all, I didn't get a letter until about 4 or 5 weeks after everybody else is writing. I didn't even get the address. So what they tell you is when you receive the box from your spouse, you're not to write back to that address. Don't send an email there. When you receive his letter, like the official letter, if you're going to be a dependent of his, then you'll get this letter and it'll give you a breakdown of what exactly needed to be signed and filled out and everything for you to get your benefits and your ID. So when I got that, that tells you, okay, the division that he's in, his address, all of that, you'll have that there. So I used that to my benefit. I went on ahead and started writing my husband. But I want everybody to know, those letters that you write, I'm one of those people, I gotta know my letter has been delivered and stuff like that. So what I would do, and I found out this was messed up. The first letter I sent was through Sandbox. I didn't know how Sandbox worked. I just heard people talking about it because I see people on the Facebook groups and everything like that. I just heard them talking about Sandbox. So I was just like, let me just get it. So I just paid maybe $2 to, what was it, $2? It was about $2, $2 or $3 to send one letter. And then I was like, okay, I wrote a 5-page letter. And I was like, okay, let me put this in and have it like overnighted to him where I can see that he received it. Let me have a tracking number and all of that. That cost $30. What? $30? But I went ahead, I sent the letter, paid my $30, and that was it. Next thing I know, I wasn't getting letters. So I would just be sending them through Sandbox, because from the time that I sent him that first letter, and then I sent him another letter through Sandbox, it was done in a few days, like within a few days that I did both of them. I didn't receive anything back. So I was just like, okay, I'm just going to keep writing until I get something. So I would just send letters through Sandbox, and you can attach your picture and all of that, which is awesome. So I've given you 2 tips already. I know I'm kind of rumbling, but first tip, everything they tell you at the recruiting office, throw it out the window. Just go with the flow. Number 2, get you the Sandbox app. Sandbox is awesome because you can do a package, and within that package you may spend $30 and you can have like 20 letters, something like that. They give you a whole package. Some people say it's expensive. I think it's worth it because it tells you, they print off your letters through like FedEx. They print it off. They print a picture, and when you're putting these pictures in the Sandbox app, you think it's just a little square picture? No. My husband's at the barracks right now, and he shows me his wall. On his wall, he has pictures of me, his daughter, him, his family, his sisters, brothers, stuff like that on his wall. And some of the pictures that I sent him, he has it posted there. But I thought it was just a little square picture that they attached to the letters, but it wasn't. It's like a whole page. So be aware of that. If you want to send him some pictures and you just putting a little square on there just so that he can see something, then just know it's going to be a whole page of that little thing that you try to post. I was like sending him like little small screenshots and stuff like that I wanted him to see. And little did I know, it's a big page of that. Nobody wants them. Send them pictures that actually matter. Okay? So, everything they tell you at the recruiting office, throw it out the window. Get the Sandbox app and send pictures that are meaningful. Things that actually mean something. Me, I didn't send my husband anything. Anything while he was at boot camp. All of that you hear, oh, send snacks, this and that. No. They can get in trouble for getting snacks and all of that. So I didn't do that. Surround yourself with family and friends and stay active. Me, I had my mom, I had my grandma, I had I had everybody. I had everybody that lives here in Michigan to support me while he was gone. Now, what I didn't have was, I didn't have an actual physical job. So the only thing that I did was work with my mom, work with my mom, but I didn't have a job that I had to go do like a 9 to 5 with and stuff like that. But just working with my mom helped me to stay busy. So you want to stay busy, stay active, and surround yourself with family and friends. Because when I would get worried about things, my mom would be like, oh, don't worry about it. I know Wale. I know he's doing good. Don't you worry about it and stuff like that. So just surround yourself with family and friends. Constantly write your spouse. Don't worry about sending him anything in there, because if you start sending candies and all of that, he can't have it anyways. They can't have these sugars and stuff like that while they're at boot camp anyway. So don't even mind sending him anything. Just make sure that you're writing those letters and make sure that you stay by the phone. That's our next thing. The times that they give you and you expect to hear from them by this certain time, don't pay no mind. Keep your phone on loud. If you work in a facility and you don't know when you're going to receive a phone call, what's going to be going on. My husband had to call me and tell me, hey, babe, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this. Hey, this is what happened and this is what happened. And like, he was required to call and tell me some certain things when certain things may come up that are important and they feel like your spouse should know. He would have to call me and let me know those things. The amount of phone calls that you think that you're going to receive, you may not receive them. You may not receive them. The amount of letters that you think that you're going to receive, don't count on it. My husband was the second in line in his division. He was the A-Rock. So he was the one that called out the cadences, and he would like have to check up on his fellow the fellow guys in his division as well and stuff like that. So I wasn't able, like a lot of times he would be busy, so he may not be able to write me the same amount of time like everybody else is writing. So don't expect too many letters as well. Don't expect too many phone calls. When you do get your phone calls, it may not be when exactly he may have told you, because they may have lost their phone privileges and different things like that. So don't think that you're going to receive a phone call exactly when they say, and don't you think that you're going to receive a letter exactly when they say. Just stay open-minded. Just go with the flow. Myself, my husband didn't actually physically go to his graduation. So one thing I want you to know is when it's time for your spouse to graduate, what he did want from me was he wanted me to actually look real nice. Like, he wanted me to look nice. I see some women, they're like, oh, I just wore a pair of blue jeans and this and that. No, look good for your man. That's what you want to do. You want to look good for your man. He ain't seen you in months and months and months and months. And you going to go in there looking any kind of way? No. Look good for your man. Do something nice for your spouse. Me, when he got out, I had a whole basket set up for him where he had his favorite snacks, favorite goodies, balloons, and all of that. He actually took a picture behind it where you could see like, oh, these balloons that I got him and all this candy and stuff. And when he was eating it, when he went through the basket, he was like, oh, let's see what all I got and stuff like that. He was just like, oh, you know your husband. You know your husband. And my husband loves sweets, and he wasn't able to eat sweets the whole time he was there. So I made sure that I had some sweet stuff there for him as well. So what we'll do is I'll just come back to you guys on another segment just so you all can see what I'm talking about when it comes to the Navy. This will be part 1 of the Navy. And I just